All right, I am back, guys. Yeah, thanks for your patience. We're going to go over a recap of the Thornton Township meeting that just happened. It was a special meeting. Again, all they voted on was the insurance. I guess selecting which insurance brokers they were going to use for various, I think it was 4 insurance policies. So lots of distractions, no answers to any questions. And, well, a mix, I would say, of silence and distractions, especially at the end when 2 people try to start a fight with me. Hey, Wyoming, welcome back. And I apologize because some of the I think some of the, like, it paused or something. Like, unfortunately, I don't even know if it caught my public comment. I'm so bummed. I hope the Lansing Journal got it. Maybe I can use some of their video or ask them. So, hey, Jabbar, hey, Wyoming. Good evening. Good evening. So, yeah, let's see. Hopefully it caught stuff. How are these insurance policies different from the ones voted when Stephanie Wiederman was there? Good question. I don't know. Just because the board, as far as I can tell, didn't give any information. Now, that was one of the things that I wanted to ask Stephanie Wiederman because she was there tonight. And then that's why I was very, very not happy about how they handled. Not only did Nita Graham and her male friend try to start fights with me, but they the security guard was basically like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, you should probably go." Like, I'm like, me, I don't want to talk to them. I didn't approach them. Like, they're trying to start stuff with me. So yeah, I was not able to talk to Stephanie because they were trying to cause, I don't know, distractions or something, probably. Oops. Max Group or something with Max Insurance. So, a lot of questions here. So, of course, we have a lot of questions with that. We know Napoleon was asked to step down from his position. Thanks for joining. This is the special Thornton Township meeting tonight. All they're voting on is awarding insurance contracts. So, of course, we have a lot of questions with that. We know Napoleon was asked to step down from his position at the state level overseeing insurance regulation, and he also has connections, I believe some sort of ownership connections to Max Group or something with Max Insurance. So, a lot of questions here. Why did they not vote at last week's meeting? And does anyone on the board have connections to these insurance companies? So thanks for joining us, and we'll be starting here in a few minutes, I would imagine. There's barely anybody here yet. Okay, let me. So it was even a smaller turnout than last week's meeting. And again, this was on last week's meeting's agenda, and they've tabled it. So, like, what is so special? You call a special meeting to vote on 4 insurance policies? Just very weird. Very weird. Aha! Is this where it starts to get weird? Reception. Anyway. Now, even if you notice, not during the meeting, not anything regarding township business, but even before, you have, I think this is Trustee Antoine Russell, Highway Commissioner Antoine Russell, Trustee Chris Gonzalez, and Trustee Valeria Stubbs. They're very animated, talking. They have lots to say. And, once that meeting starts, anything related to official township business, they have nothing to say. And like I said, they were, I will never forget how loud they and persistent they were, asking all sorts of questions. Where's the money going? What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Unasked that seat. Remember when Tiffany was in? And now they say nothing. And tonight, I get harassed, and they also say nothing. I just wanted to point that out, though. Okay, and then Mary Bond comes in. Okay, I know Beth is there. I think this is the lawyer off to the right talking.
Here's the agenda. Again, it's pretty short, and then they were supposed to vote on this insurance. Looks like 4 insurance policies. We're supposed to vote on them last time, and they decided to table them, and they called a special meeting for it. So, I mean, I'm wondering why they would do that. So yeah, that's it. Should be a short meeting.
Yeah, and I didn't realize. I guess the reception was already a little bit dicey, but that's the lawyer right there, Steve Ledizinski. Hi, DeLeon. Hey, Beth. Supervisor said the policies were not ready. Okay. I mean, could be, but again, like we don't know if they're telling the truth or not because they never show you anything. Sharon, I'm here in Elgin. Well, hello, welcome from Elgin. I was able to tell Stephanie in person that I would not be supporting her. Oh, okay. Yes. And I saw Amir posted about it as well. I think it's fair. I mean, I think anybody that would like to support Stephanie, I'll put it that way. Anybody that would maybe even consider supporting Stephanie for the position of Thornton Township Democratic Committeeman, okay, because that's the race next year for 2026. It's between her, the primary is between her and, or the race, I'm sorry, because it's for a Democratic position, so there's only one election. It's between her and Napoleon. I think a big point of contention is that if people want to support Stephanie, that people would like to see her coming out and saying that, you know, she does not support Jedediah Brown. She is not working with him. She's not backing his organization or his group that he calls INA, that has been consistently working for various politicians and other groups, you know, to harass people and attack people. And I mean, that's a big deal, right? Because you don't want, a lot of people are rightfully worried about having a person in an elected position who not only supports Jedediah Brown and all of his terror and chaos that he causes, but actually works supposedly for him or with him in his organization. So that really is a big deal. I think that's a very, very big deal. Amir posted about it, and I mean, I can't blame them. Doesn't say that I still wouldn't talk to Stephanie, and she knows a lot about the township, you know, because she worked there for so long and everything. But I mean, I think it's more so. I hear concerns not about Stephanie herself, but just the association with Jedediah and INA, which, you know, are very, very toxic and harmful groups. So Jabbar says, do you mind telling us why, Beth? She could step away from INA and say that publicly. Oh, thank you, Beth. Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yes. Jabbar, she seems to be supporting INA. Right. Mm-hmm. Because remember, I mean, it's one thing if people try to dismiss all of the illegal and harmful things that Jed and his supporters and his allies have done, right? Because they'll try to say, oh, well, you just don't like him, but, you know, I get along with Jed and, you know, we're friends or whatever. Oh, it's just something personal, you know. That's, I think, is wrong, and that's rude, and that's problematic in and of itself, right? But it's a whole other thing when someone who actively supports Jed and his all of the problems and terror and, you know, harassment that he does. And that they're going to be in an elected position. So, you know, if you want to run for a public position, people are going to look at things like that. It's legit. You can't hide from that. All right. So yeah, Jabbar, that's the same thing that Beth said the same thing that I was going to say. And that's what I've heard people thinking. And like I said, I totally, you know, see the point. Hey, on the queue. I still didn't get to watch I wanted to watch. I'm behind. I'm watching some of your Dalton videos on the queue. I can't keep up with everything between work and covering local meetings and fighting all these asshole politicians and the people that work for them. But that's okay. You know, it's worth it, right? If we want to have good communities, it takes work, and we all have to stick together. I was disappointed that more people were not at this meeting tonight, but, you know, I know people can't make every meeting. The issue with Jed is beyond friendships right now. Exactly, Beth. Exactly. On the queue says, no worries. Take your time. But yes, I just wanted to let you know that on the queue, because several people have been recommending them to me lately. So I'm like, what is this girl doing? Like, she must be really getting some in-depth research going on that I want to see, because, you know, I love that kind of stuff. And I need to put my Patreon link up, you guys. I love this kind of work. I know On the Queue loves it, but, you know, please share our stuff, like our stuff. Like we you know, we do need support. And just because there are people like Jed that lie and steal people's money, like, that doesn't mean that there aren't actually real people out there, like me and others, and On the Queue and Amir, you know, that actually are, like, we really do want to uncover the truth for people as far as what goes on in our communities, and we want to see our communities do better. So don't be afraid, you know, give us money, you know, donate, do what you can, volunteer. Like I said, I got to link my Patreon. I was trying to set it up yesterday. That's like a monthly thing if people want to support your work. But also, don't be shy of telling me and others, like, not only, I think, would it be nice for some of us if we could get some support, so this is not all volunteer, but also feedback to say, okay, yeah, we would love to have sponsors, but also, what do you guys want to see? You know, do you want to see more interviews with local politicians, with local leaders? Do you want to see more content videos about certain issues? You know, just let us know. But I think it's really important. We need this local coverage, because it's hard to find, you know. People are tired of this bullshit. Exactly, On the Queue. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, just look like they're having a grand old time. Not a care in the world, while people are getting taxed out of their homes. Okay, they're chit-chatting, chit-chat. This is Casey Nesbitt. She's the clerk. There's Napoleon. He comes out. I don't know who that is. I think this young lady, I think she's just one of the township employees. And then this is Byron Stanley, I believe. Yeah. Sorry, you know, they put us so far back. It's like we all have
too many people here. It's pretty.
We all have, you know, cooties or you know, a fatal illness or something. Not too many people. I think this young lady was with Stephanie Wiedemann. There's a security guard here. 3 ladies with the Lansing Journal. Oops, wanted to show. I think. So Miss Nina Graham. Oh, there's Stephanie Wiedemann. Nina Graham. I forget what is her name, Janelle, but she's the lady that I totally agree with. She had a cool sign tonight too, saying something like, you know, let us sit closer. And she has complained about that a few times, where, you know, people we feel like we're so far away from them, from the board
here. It's pretty quiet at this evening.
And then that older white gentleman that I think he works for the township. I always see him there. I forget. I know I've seen that lady. Maybe I think they're both township employees, and then it's Beth.
Very, also some very critical questions.
Thorton Township meeting is called to order. Will everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance?
The supervisor is here in person tonight.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Trustee Gonzalez.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Present. At this time, we will have trustee Stubbs to lead us in the work.
Good evening, everybody. Please bow.
Oh Lord, and I do not want to hear any of these people praying, because you need to stop praying. You need to start doing the right thing. Lansing Journal has a new reporter by the name of Meredith. Oh, thank you, Beth, because I did meet her and I forgot her name. Yes, so Meredith was there. She was the lady with and she had her camera on her.
Let us sing.
At this time, we're going to have public comments. The clerk, please.
All right, Mr. Ryan Sawelski, sorry. Is it on?
They are.
Okay, that should be better. Can you hear me now? Okay, good evening. Yeah, I just had a few questions. I know that these, the items on the agenda tonight were on the agenda for the last meeting. I was just curious why they were tabled, and then the special meeting called. Basically, why are the insurance policies so important? Also, which insurance brokers were chosen and how they were selected? And do any of the board members have a stake in any of these insurance companies? I think that's very important to clarify, especially given the controversy regarding insurance that that has been reported on, where supervisor was serving on regulatory board, and then was found to have some conflicts of interest and some ownership stake in some insurance companies. So I think that would be very important to clarify for the township. Also, the real estate tax rate for next year. What is it? Is it zero? Are the taxes going up by 0%? I know the supervisor just said something like, well, they're not going up, but if they've gone up every year by 2%, and a lot of boards will just say, oh, it's not changing, but your taxes are still going up. They're just going up at the same percentage rate. So if we could get that clarified. The Mr. Lezinski, I did read all the reports you mentioned on the website, but they're not really the financial reports for the township. They're not really audits. They're just basically regurgitation of what the township staff has reported. A lot of it was just stuff even from back when I was supervisor. We really need that forensic audit. And I did ask around, but no one I could find, whether they work with the federal government or not, had any reason to think that just because there's federal investigation going on that you couldn't easily find a company to do a forensic audit. So that really needs to be done. The other thing was just, I even thought about going to the meeting tonight, and I said, oh, I'm still in my work clothes because I'm all, I got my paint on me, and I got patches on my pants, you can even see.
Oh, is that when I was going to say? At some point, I know that I think the reception goes out. I'm so pissed about that.
Right now, especially with property taxes. And last time, I just didn't see any sense of urgency from the board. And we know that you're in pain. This is what we're doing to make cuts. This is what we're doing. We want to lower your taxes, or at least have 0% tax rate increase. We're patching our clothes, either literally or figuratively. We're pinching our pennies. We really need help from.
I suggest, and this person knows who I'm talking about.
Oh, so anyway, hey, at least it caught more than I thought it did. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, basically, I was just saying it caught most of my comments, and at the end there, I was thinking before the meeting, I was like, because I had done some painting today. some outside work. And so I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll put some nicer clothes on. And I said, no, I'm going to leave my work clothes on because the people of this township are working their asses off just to try, 2 and 3 jobs just to afford their property taxes. And this board, which is a public board, no, do they control all of our property taxes? No, but they have no sense of urgency. They don't answer any questions. And the last meeting, neither the last meeting nor this meeting, did they respond saying anything about as far as what the new tax rate is going to be for 2026 on us. And they didn't say what kind of cuts they were making or what sort of efficiencies they were putting in place or whatever they were doing to try to bring our crazy tax levels down. They're out of touch. People, like I said, I mean, people have to choose between paying their property taxes and paying their health insurance, paying their property taxes and keeping their home, and paying for food, water, utilities. They may have to choose between, paying for their property taxes or paying for childcare. I mean, this is a crisis that we are in, not just in the Southland, but, especially in the Southland, we're hit very hard. And this board, like many boards, they're just up there laughing and teeing, having, little parties amongst themselves. And it's just a total disrespect for the taxpayers and everything, all the resources that we give them. And they just kind of seem to just do whatever they want. And there's just no sense of urgency. There's no sense of urgency. There's no response. There's nothing. Though oversees a lot of tax money. They do, right? And like I said, I know the schools take most of our tax money. Okay, so really the school boards are the ones we really should be grilling to make sure that they're using every dollar as efficiently as possible, right? Especially with the cuts in federal funding. But still, the township, does take of our taxes. So at least make an effort. We hear you. Okay, so your tax rate this year, it was, 2.7%. Next year, it's going to be 3.5. Oh, it went up. Okay, why did it go up? Oh, was that, so Napoleon could get his, 200,000 plus a year salary? Where's all this money going? Or what about that 20-some thousand office rehab that they did for Antoine Russell, the highway commissioner? Was that a good use of our tax dollars when people are getting taxed out of their homes? So that's the kind of stuff, that I was saying. And then at the end with the clothes, though, I said, no, I'm going to leave my I'm going to leave my work clothes on. And I showed him my patch, and I said, look, I have some patches, on my butt, where your work pants will tend to rip or whatever. And I said, I wore them on purpose because the people, we're working hard. We're patching our clothes, literally and figuratively. We're pinching our pennies. We're doing what we can just to survive. What is this board doing? That's my question. What is this board doing? What are they doing with all of the resources, all the money that we give them? They're supposed to be our public servants. Are they? I mean, ever since they've been sworn in, we don't get. I feel like we got more questions answered under Tiffany Henyard being supervisor. Seriously, and that says a lot because she wasn't transparent either. But I mean, this is just it's really bad. They're really making a case for why we should disband this township. So then it cut out a little bit, and then Miss Nina Graham comes up. She gets her public comment. Now, a little background. She is, I think, she was a teacher of Napoleon Harris, the supervisor, and Napoleon calls her, considers her like a mentor, mother figure, et cetera, et cetera. All that's well and good. That's fine. She's also president of the District 205 School Board, which is huge because I'll tell you what, they take a ton of our tax money. So if anything, she has a lot to answer for because she's the president of the school board for 3 large high schools, Thornton, Thornridge, and Thornwood. So she always comes up at the meetings and says, like, oh, why are people, just talks for Napoleon, talks up the board, why are people complaining? This board's so wonderful and people shouldn't be negative and it's horrible. They should be heaping praises on you. It's kind of like, after a while, you just don't even hear it because it's like, okay, she's always saying the same stuff, right? So this week she comes up and she starts attacking me. Now she had approached me with her male acquaintance or friend or this gentleman who's with her that I don't know after the meeting last week, and she was trying to talk to me and ask me some questions, but she quickly got very belligerent, and I was like, this board is not being responsible with how they're spending the money. And she said, that's Trump's fault. You can't blame Napoleon. It's Trump's fault. And she just got very angry, and I just walked away. I was like, okay, I don't know what the deal is. But then she comes in public comment tonight and was like, well, he was talking about Black people and he's being racist. So it definitely looks like some sort of setup where they were saying, hey, Ryan's asking too many questions. Go, go call him racist. Go do something to distract, right?
You need to go sit down with Cassandra Holt Elston. At the end of the meeting, the last meeting we had, I was going to point to you. Are the reason why you Black people are losing their home. Are the reason why you Black people are losing their homes. Explain that to me, please. You people.
I second that.
You damn right. He was there. These people here were standing there. You were out there. You can shake your head if you want to, but I know who was standing there.
And she was trying to bring the Lansing Journal in, and I think the Lansing Journal, ladies for, they're like, no, we, and I don't blame them, right? They're like, look, we don't want to get involved. We're not trying to be a witness to that.
Being referred to as you, Black people.
Not what I said.
Are losing their homes. God is my witness.
Not
You
what I
can say
said.
what you want, but God is my witness, baby.
That's it. And so I had to clarify right then and there. That's not what I said. I did not say anything racist. And I don't know why she's trying to start this controversy, but obviously it's a distraction from how they're spending the money. Incorrect.
There was others. My time is up.
And then the clerk has the nerve. Casey Nesbitt, who sits on school board 152, who also wastes money, doesn't listen to teachers or staff or residents, and has like no accountability. And then she has the nerve to tell me like, don't interrupt. Sure, because I'm sure y'all set this up ahead of time.
You need to be quiet, because I got a question to ask you. But
And I need to be quiet. Again, what does this have to do with township business? We're here for township business, not to try to start sideshow fights and arguments and distractions.
I won't embarrass you in front of all these people. When we step outside this door, I got a question to ask you.
How is she you're not going to embarrass me because I didn't say anything that I'm embarrassed by or ashamed of, or I don't know what she's talking about. But again, it's all distraction with a capital D, okay? So I got a big D for you tonight. And it's not that D. It's called a distraction. That's the big D, okay?
It's right. They were there, but they gonna claim they weren't.
Time is up.
Yep. Sorry, just kind of my internet was a little slow. Yeah, Javar said this lady sounds highly prejudiced. It was just out of the blue, And then it gets worse. So that was just the start of it. Watch.
moving right along to new business. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the continued coverage from Alliance for the township cyber insurance policy. Is there a motion?
Continue coverage for Lions.
There's a motion by trustee Avant, second by trustee Stanley, for the continued coverage for the cyber insurance for Alliance. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Trustee-
Okay, so did he say Alliance was the name of the insurer? Because remember, they went right to voting on the insurance policies. They answered no questions. This board, all these boards, but they are full of nothing but excuses and shit.
Avant? Yes. Trustee Stubbs? Aye. Trustee Gonzalez?
Paid.
Supervisor Harris?
Aye. With 5 members voting in the affirmative, the motion carries. Next, item B, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the coverage from Alliance for the township's crime insurance policy. Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Did he say Alliance? Ryan, please give her an F. Yeah. Well, and she used to be a teacher. Okay. This lady was supposedly Napoleon Harris's teacher. She was a school teacher. She's president of the school board, 3 large high schools. She is president. And you just go because your little protege or whatever Napoleon is to her is not honest with the public about how he's spending public funds. And so then you become the elderly woman attack dog to go after people who are asking questions and covering public meetings, and you want to start fights with them? Like what kind of teacher is that? What kind of role model? That's horrible. Jabbar, it was unsettling. Yeah, very, very much so. It's not like she's just some random person. Like she is president of the school board for 3 large high schools. Like that, she shouldn't be in that position, especially not doing things like making up excuses for this township board that does nothing good. Bye, Beth. But yeah, can you guys hear what he's saying? Did he say Alliant? As far as the name of the insurance company, let me know what you think he's saying.
Motion to approve the crime insurance policy with Alliance. Second.
There's a motion by trustee Stanley, second by trustee Gonzalez to approve Alliance continued coverage of the township's crime insurance policy. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Avant? Yes. Trustee Stubbs? Yes. Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Supervisor Harris?
Aye.
No answer.
5 voting in the affirmative, the motion carries. Item C. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the continued coverage from Alliance for the township workers' compensation policy. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve, workers' compensation policy with Alliance. Second.
There's a motion by trustee Gonzalez, seconded by trustee Stanley, for the continued coverage from Alliance for the township's worker compensation policy. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Trustee Stubbs? Aye. Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Avant? Yes. Supervisor Harris?
So is it Alliance?
This time, I would like to entertain a motion for the continued coverage from Alliance for the road, bridge, property, and liability insurance policy. Is there a motion?
I'm gonna look it up. Maybe is that a company, an insurance company, you guys?
There's a motion by trustee Stanley, seconded by trustee Gonzalez for continued coverage from Alliance for the road, bridge, property, and liability insurance policy. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stubbs? Aye. Trustee Avant? Yes. Supervisor Harris?
Aye. With 5 voting in the affirmative, the motion carries. The insurance policies that we have currently on file when we took over on May 19th, these are the same coverages that was held here prior to. The reason why they went on the last week's what we did do it because they were not finalized. We wanted to make sure that we had those things finalized.
So he said they were the same policies that they had. Okay. But that's the first I had heard of that. He said the reason why they didn't vote them last week because they weren't finalized. Okay. Oops. I'm so sorry.
We have currently on file when we took over May 19th. These are the same coverages that was held here prior to. The reason why they went on the last week's what we did do it because they were not finalized. We wanted to make sure that we had those things finalized before they because they were still working diligently through the company that was held here. So contrary to what was stated before, there was no conflict of interest with me in any insurance thing. My insurance company does not cover the township. I want to state that on record, just for someone that's just.
So he says his insurance company does not cover the township. Okay. So fact checkers, all in the queue. Everybody else, you heard that. So go, we have to check that out. Is this true? So the supervisor says his insurance company does not cover the township. I thought that they had been insuring some of the township events this year, but we'll have to find that out.
They just lied or insinuated something that was a false narrative.
Oh, I lied or insinuated? No, I asked. I didn't lie or insinuate. I asked. And the controversy is true. I'll pull that article up in a second.
These are the same insurance companies that were here prior to our arrival. This board's arrival here, taking over. So I want to clear up any false narrative. So as they say, that we don't have presentation. That was my supervisor's report. And so I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion by trustee Avant to adjourn, seconded by trustee Stubbs. The time is 7:13. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Avant? Aye. Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Trustee Stubbs? Yes. Supervisor Harris?
Yes, with 5 votes in the affirmative, the motion carries, and this meeting is adjourned. Time is 7:14.
So what did he say? 7:14? It was a really fast meeting. Yeah. All right. So they got that. They all are super happy. So I'm like, did someone getting paid or something off these insurance policies? I don't know why they're all so happy, giddy.
Yeah, I figured that would be short. But they really didn't answer the question, which is not like a subscribe button. Okay. No, I didn't say anything.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you can kind of hear. So the elderly gentleman that was with Miss Nina Graham, you can kind of hear that he's talking to me. And for some reason, he was trying to say again, oh, you were saying racist thing. It was like he was trying to start some sort of argument, and I just was, not interested. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not. We don't need to be having this conversation because I don't even know him. Again, don't be harassing me. Go harass the board. Go harass your buddy Napoleon Harris, who's hiding what he's doing.
Right.
But that wasn't a mistake. No matter what, please don't ever make that mistake like that.
Well,
Especially around each other.
why are you defending the improper actions of this board? What about what they're doing with our money?
Sir, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm talking about what
And so if you hear, I asked him, I said, why are you defending the improper actions of this board? Again, because he was trying to, I guess, make some sort of personal argument. Like, no, that's not what's going on here. And I'm not going to, play into that. And then he said he's not talking about that. Like, well, okay, so sir, why are you speaking with me?
That's what I was talking about.
what you see.
Yeah. So
Please don't say that.
I'm done with this conversation because I didn't say that. We can identify you on camera though. This gentleman is harassing me.
One thing, don't put me on camera.
Do not
Okay, so he's the guy. This is the guy that was talking to me. I should have just started filming him right away. I don't even know who he is.
harass me.
Don't put me on camera, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. The damn reception again. I don't know what was going on. So again, and I'm just packing up. Miss Nina Graham here is in the colored hat, and she eventually comes over. I want to see how much of the video catches.
If you want to talk now, it's going to have to be on the live because I don't.
Oh, okay. So that was Miss Graham was saying something like, "Oh, I want to talk with you. I want to talk with you." And so you heard. I'll replay that again. But you heard my response, and I said, "Well, if you do want to talk, it's going to have to be on the live because you lied about what I said last week. So now I don't trust you." You know, it's like I'm not. What do you think? I'm going to have private conversations with someone who lies about me and says I'm being racist when I'm not? Like, that's ridiculous. And she should know better. So shame on Miss Graham for that. She is head of, again, she's president of the school board with our 3 local large high schools. And you're going around falsely accusing someone, calling people racist because they dare ask questions about how your protege Napoleon Harris spends money. That's not appropriate. It's very, very inappropriate. Sorry, I missed the first part of your recap. Oh, okay, that's all right, Paul. Yeah, so the meeting was there. So in her public comment, that was, Miss Harris was very inappropriate. Not Miss Harris, Miss Graham, Nina Graham. But this was after the meeting, so you just missed the gentleman friend of hers or whoever the guy is. I don't know who he is. So he tries to come up to me and start a fight. And I just said, I'm not interested in having this conversation. I turned the camera on him. I said, here, do you want to be on camera? Because I want all this document. And then of course he's like, don't show me on camera. So eventually he walks away, which is good. But then Nina Graham starts up with me. What up? Hey, Cook. Help versus no, I didn't even have time to ask because you know what? They didn't answer any question. They didn't answer any question I asked anyway. Do you think they don't give a rat's ass? This board is fucking corrupt as fuck. I was sitting here with the attorney told Carol of Lansing Journal. It looks like she's the only resident who approached their table after the meeting. Oh yeah. Yeah, they seem to be relatively nice to the ladies. Probably they want to keep them on their try to keep them happy so that they don't write up anything negative about the board, I would imagine. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what she writes up. But yeah, let me go back just a teens. Let's see if it catches what.
Since you're lying about what I.
Okay, so here's Miss Graham comes. And here's a security guard. Now notice, and this is okay. Okay, he's monitoring her, but then it ends up turning into where he stays near me. I'm like, why are you here though? Like, I mean, I appreciate if it's like for protection, but like, I shouldn't be the one that you're like trying to say should leave. Like, go tell Miss Graham and her bully male friend of hers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything that I'm not supposed to.
If you want to talk now, it's going to have to be on the live because I don't. Since you're lying about what I said, I don't trust you anymore.
Okay, so then her male acquaintance comes back and is walking towards her, and again, I'm just filming. I'm starting to pack up.
I don't want to get into a discussion about white and black on camera. This is my original opinion. There's too many issues with people right now. And
Right.
I don't have anything with them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't either.
And Beth's like, there's too many people, too many issues, something. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. They're trying to start stuff.
To figure out where our money is going with this board.
Oh, there's Stephanie. Yeah, see, I did want to ask her a few questions, particularly about the insurance, but it seems like she was trying to tell this guy who was trying to start a fight with me too, trying to tell him something like, I don't know, maybe to try to calm him down. So I don't know. Again, I don't know him. Why is Napoleon and this board, why are they allowing people like Miss Graham and her friend to antagonize people who are asking questions and I'm not talking to them? I don't associate with them. Like, what the hell are they doing? It's just more intimidation.
But I'm definitely not having any private conversations with people that lie about me. That is definitely not going to happen here.
Yeah, can you believe that? So you get up, lie, call me a racist, lie about what I said, and then say, oh, I want to have a private conversation with you. No, ma'am. You lie about me, I don't have anything to say to you. Why are you lying about people? What is this board so desperate to hide? That's what I want to know. Because I'm not the only one asking the questions. So don't single me out. Don't come after me saying I'm the only one or I'm causing trouble, whatever. No. This board, you all have been hiding information for months. Mary Avant, Valeria Stubbs, Chris Gonzalez, especially. You guys were so loud when Tiffany was in there and you wanted to know everything what was going on. You wanted that forensic audit. We still don't have the forensic audit. And you have nothing to say. All you do is say yes. You're yes men, just like the 4 aldermen here in Harvey that they do with Chris Clark. That's what you do with Napoleon.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine, sir. We're good.
And again,
actually, I was going to talk to the journalists, the other journalists.
Yeah, I want to talk to the ladies with the Lansing Journal. You know, it's like, why are you bugging me? Go tell the instigators to leave. Don't tell me to leave. The nerve of these people.
What did you say? Oh, wait till they get in the car?
Oh, good, correct, good.
Yeah, well, I might have to, depending on, I don't know if they're going to try to start something again, but.
Intimidation tactics enabled by the dot. Yep, yeah. Exactly. Because they all know what's going on the whole time. Now, could you imagine if that were someone that was trying to harass Miss Graham or a supporter of Napoleon of the board? They would be like, you got to leave. But somebody comes after a citizen that is critical or has a question about the board, and they're all just like, oh, yeah, wink, wink, laugh, laugh. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
It's just sad that they have to try to create distractions so that they don't actually answer questions about where our money is going.
Distractions and diversions. That's what it's about, man.
Hey guys. Oh yeah, I told you no apologies. It was going to be very short. She said she was on her way. Ramona. No apologies, said she was on her way. I told her it was going to be short.
No apologies. Never made it. She was going to come, but she never made it. It was
wait for the Lansing Journal recording to hear. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. Yeah, I think I got most of it, but some of it, the reception, I don't know what happened. I apologize. I think most of it went through though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Lansing Journal, they did record too, so at least that's good.
Actually,
and I'm just keeping my recording rolling because for some reason Miss Graham and the gentleman that is with her they're trying to create some drama with me or say something that I said something racist, which I did not. Just typical distraction stuff. Oh no, I just want to talk to the Lansing Journal, but that's fine. I mean, they'll also.
So again, I'm waiting because I am a member of the public. I can speak with whomever I want. Like, why are you on top of me, Mr. Security Guard? Like, I have to go. Like, if you're worried, go get Miss Graham and her buddy.
Oh, they'll be coming out eventually. Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to have the conversation because they obviously want to start something, and I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, I don't even know the guy. Don't care to know him either. Not when you treat someone like that.
I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is cute. Did you see the lady's sign?
Oh,
wait,
that's so good.
I thought they were gonna move the seat.
Oh, wait. Did it come
Oh
out?
yeah, you had the great comments about that. Thank
The
you.
reception was not that good. And you see that guy as he's walking by, he's still eyeing me. Me. Take him the fuck out of there. Don't tell me I have to leave. Ugh. I understood Tiffany's goons, Kamal, Craigley, Michael Smith, Keith Price, are much better than Napoleon's goons, Nina Graham, Carla Burris, Anton Russell, and new all-point security guards. Right, exactly. I feel like at least they were, like with Tiffany, I feel like you at least, it was a little more direct, like you knew kind of what she was after, even if you disagreed, or maybe you thought it was bad or whatever. But yeah, these guys, they're trying to be more subtle, but it's no less insidious and intimidating and just inappropriate. You're a member of the press and a citizen of the township. Thank you, Crook. That's what I was trying to say. So this dude, I'm like, why are you hovering near me? Like, I can talk to whoever I want. So let's see if this lady's sign came out. It was really good. It said something like, why are you so far or something. Let me see.
It's awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Darn it didn't come out, the reception. Shoot. But yeah, it was very clever. It was something about like board members, why are you so far? So talking about that big gap that's between the audience, the public, and the board.
All right. Put that in my car. Thank you.
And it's funny because it's the same behavior. So remember how Tiffany's people and the employees, they would get all this preferential treatment and kissing ass and blah, 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 blah. So now Miss Graham and her associate attack me, a member of the press and a public, and a resident and just a member of the public. And not only do they not get put out, but they get preferential treatment.
So yeah, I'm just watching.
I can't make this up, people.
I'm sure no one's. We're all gonna get out safely. No one's gonna cause any issue.
So here is that's Trustee Stubbs, and then I think the other was Trustee Stanley, who was talking to Ramona. Oh, here's the new lady with the I forgot her name already. Meredith, was it, with the Lansing Journal? If anything, I wanted to talk to her because I talked to her a little bit before.
I'm glad you caught that. I was able to catch her sign. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I think I was at that meeting where she made the public comment about that.
Yeah, she's made a couple of public comments, I think.
And then Paul commented your photo or something, the photo on that one article, and it was true because it accurately depicted just how like far away that you feel,
Yeah.
when you're sitting there.
You really do.
Yeah.
So again, security guard with a gun, is by me. I'm so dangerous, a reporter. I'm so dangerous. Like, go to the elderly lady and her elderly gentleman friend who are bullying me. Like, leave me alone, dude.
I agreed with that sentiment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder, are they supposed to have a December meeting? That'd be the last one.
So the guy that just walked by in the suit, that's Steve Ledezinski. So he is the lawyer. So he also knows everything that's going on. Janelle. Oh, okay. So her name is Janelle. Thank you, Paul. Janelle Taylor signs say, yeah, I'm sorry. My you'll see it come out in the Lansing Journal because Carol took a picture of it, but it was really cute. It didn't come out in my feed for some reason, but it was something like, trustees, why are you so far away or something. It was really cute. It was very cute. Yeah. And hey, no apologies, girl. You're supposed to come to this meeting. You missed it, but it was very short. So yeah. But you missed the how these two people are trying to start a fight with me. Crazy.
Thank you. You too. For one more, last one, I guess.
And then Miss Stubbs has the nerve to check on Beth to see if she's okay. Maybe she's not okay because she's tired of you all bullying people that ask questions about government. Did you ever think of that? Maybe Beth's not okay because of that, Miss Stubbs and the other trustees. Maybe you all ought to try not hiding things from the public, or don't take a public position if you can't answer questions. It's just like, not only do they fuck you, but then they're like, oh, are you okay, sweetheart? They're like gonna check on you while they're fucking you over. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You too. Have a good Thanksgiving. All right. Take it easy.
Happy holidays, my dear. Happy holidays.
Are you waiting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go out that door.
Oh, yeah. Bye. Thank you. You too.
Beth she's very sweet. I'm sure she was concerned for my safety. So yes, I did make it out safe. Okay. But even just leaving the door, like, here's Miss Graham again, taking her sweet time with her her companion, the other gentleman that I don't know. And it's like they were deliberately wanting or trying to start a fight or a conflict. It's like, I'm not interested in talking to you. I'm not here for you. I wanted to maybe speak with some other people there and not be rushed off by the fucking security guard that I pay his salary and we all pay his salary. But it was really, they obviously wanted to start a fight.
Thank you.
Just watch. And I'm like waiting as they're like, moving at a snail's pace. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to walk by, but not be too close.
Put it in the back.
So there's I think that's Mary Bond. I've lost track of who this is. And then one of these cars is Miss Nina, Miss Graham's. But again, they're all just keying, having a great old time. Woohoo! Taxes are going up at the township. We're gonna take some trips out of town. We're getting paid. We're having a grand old time. Miss Graham and her buddies harassing Ryan, so he won't ask questions. Like, this is all fun. It's like all fun and games to them. Oh yeah, that's okay. No apologies. That's fine. Yeah, it was short.
Okay.
You need to go in the car. You can't stay here long. This is not the time, Ryan. You need to go in the car. You need to.
I just wanted to ask them a question.
No, it's not the day.
Come on.
It's really not.
Well, you think they're gonna start something?
Yeah.
I think that you should quietly.
So y'all get this resolved.
Want to be okay later, and you're going to have more opportunities. This ain't the time.
Exactly.
No. I don't want to talk to that. I'm talking about
It's
that.
not the time for you to linger on this, Ryan. As your friend would love you.
Okay. All right.
And Beth they're so funny. She was worried. She had good intentions. The security guard, no. It's like, dude, you know better. Again, don't, if you're worried about a conflict, you go escort out the person who is trying to start a conflict. Like I said, I have nothing to do with Miss Graham or the person that she was with. Yeah, no apologies. I wish you were there to see that in person and get it on film, so we would have had a separate. That's the one thing I would have liked, to have a separate, depiction of that. First of all, I don't have to explain myself. If I'm in a public setting like that, I can do whatever I want, as long as I'm not harassing anybody. But I did just want to, talk to, ask, a few people questions, blah, blah, blah. Again, having nothing to do with the two people that were trying to start a fight with me. And then Beth is, she's well-meaning. I know she's not being hostile, but she just doesn't want to have conflict, which I understand, because these people they encourage conflict. The board is totally 100% guilty. And they who knows, they could have arranged all this ahead of time. It's very possible. But leave me alone, man.
Well, that's a shame, because the last time that I was here, there were actually 2 men that followed me to my car after the meeting, and I didn't do anything. I'm just here to cover. So just so you know, as the security guard now, right.
Please go to
Yeah.
man, come on.
And, I'm a member of the public. I should be protected. Anybody should be protected. I shouldn't have to feel in danger to come to a meeting. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, you're not. Take the bigger person.
Well, I'm just saying, last time 2 men.
It would take the bigger person. The bigger person who's not doing anything wrong is a journalist and a resident, and I should leave because that's being the bigger person. No, you do your job and the board does its fucking job, and stop harassing the public.
And did you hear me? 2 men, and I didn't say anything. So now this is the second time, and 2 people are going to come and try to start a fight with me. So now this is on you guys, because I didn't do anything wrong. So I appreciate you're trying to keep the peace. Thank you.
I accept that blame.
But you know what I mean? I'm just saying, now that you know, because I said, oh, that was unsafe and uncalled for and extremely rude and illegal. But I said, okay, well, I'll let it go this time, because, who knows what was up. But now, yeah, no, because, yeah, I don't deal with that. I shouldn't have to be intimidated at any public meeting.
No public meeting. I should not have to worry about that.
Okay, good.
Well, we don't need to stay right now.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just have to call them. I wanted to ask them a few things, but.
And the whole time, like I said, the whole time, the board, while the security guard is trying to get me to leave, remember the public, the board is over there giggling, kikiing, and babying the 2 bullies that were trying to start a fight. These 2 elderly people. How shameful, Miss Graham and her elderly gentleman friend. Wow, shouldn't you be in somewhere enjoying your retirement? Why are you bullying people on behalf of this board? And the board members are encouraging it.
Oh, here, see? Yeah, Paul comments too. Yeah. We pay for private security. Oh, he says to keep residents from asking sensitive questions. Well, I mean, he is trying to keep the peace, but yeah, I hear you, Paul. Yeah, it's just a shame that normal citizens should have to feel afraid at their own, or have to be chased out of their own public meetings, but at least you all can see that. Yeah, very sad. Very sad. Very sad. They don't want anybody asking questions, because where's the money going? That's the real question. Where's all the money going?
Right. That's what we should know. That's our right to know that. Look at this. Look at this guy. What an ass. And you can't just say, oh, I'm just following orders. You know what? Then get a new job. If your orders are, it's just like with the ICE people, right? If your orders are unlawful orders, they're hurting people. Dude, you have a brain. I'm not the aggressor here. You know that Miss Graham over here and her male friend who are laughing and giggling with the trustees, they caused the problem. So you say, hey, ma'am, I really think you should leave. You want to ask someone to leave? Ask them. You go after the aggressor, not the victim.
Peaceful Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you. You too. Yes.
My daughter in town, grandson in town.
No,
I just can't wait to leave here.
I can't wait to leave. Okay, why are you bugging me? If you can't wait to leave, why don't you go talk to the trustees and the people causing the trouble? Anyway, so yeah, this went on and on.
Right. If anything, you should be going to the elderly lady and having her leave first. Because I didn't do anything wrong.
After you leave, I'll see you later.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to do anything. I'm actually a journalist here covering the meeting. Could you imagine what if you did the same thing to ABC 7 News? You said, "Oh, you have to go. Bye, Beth. Thanks for coming." I knew it'd be a short one, but I'm just saying that is how improper this is. Imagine if it were someone from ABC 7. You're saying, "Oh, sir, you have to leave because two people are trying to tell lies and start drama and whatever about you." That's not my problem. So you take the aggressors and you tell the aggressors to leave. And guess what? I'm not the aggressor. You don't tell the victim to leave. You go after the aggressor, right? So they're your aggressors right there. So you get them to leave. So then the victim is free to film. But that's okay. I just want to get this on video. You can get in, Ramona, if you don't want to deal with it. I understand. Oh, is it? If it's not open, just press the button. Yeah, you just press that button, and it should open. Yeah. Because it's fine. I just want to document this and how things are mishandled. And like Paul said, we pay for private security, so people that ask questions about where the money is going can be intimidated. So, yeah. But Paul, basically, yeah, Miss Graham was just trying to cause drama and saying that I said something racist, which I did not. And then the gentleman that was with her was saying something.
Anyway, so it was crazy. Sorry, let me just catch up with the comments here. Yeah, so you missed that juicy stuff. No apologies, but that's all right. There'll be more meetings, I'm sure. Javar says, "Oh, you do realize that your guardian angel from now on, Ryan." Oh, you mean Beth? Yeah. No. And like I said, even though like I was trying to tell Beth, like, hey, no, I shouldn't have to leave. But yeah, like I said, she just was doing it from a good place. She was just trying to be protective of me. Paul says, "Now I know why Lansing Journal reporters never make public comment or ask questions during board meetings." Exactly. Because then all of a sudden you get labeled, I guess, public enemy, which is ridiculous because I'm not going to let that intimidate me, and no one should. These boards should work for us. And if you're asking questions about public finance, you should get them answered. You shouldn't get harassed because of it. Daniel Peterson. Oh, okay. We have a troll here. Okay. Goodbye.
Something similar. I don't even know who he is.
So do you see him in the distance there? So the like orangish hat, that's Miss Graham. I believe that's her man friend to the left or something. Trustee Stubbs, Trustee Mary Avant. I think this is Trustee Byron Stanley. They're with her, protecting her. In this case, they're the bullies. They're the aggressors. They're kikiing, laughing, having a good time. I just wanted to talk to the Lansing Journal ladies. I'm like, I don't care about them. They're not going to answer any questions anyway. So it's just, it's really horrible.
Yeah,
by the way, Paul, I just saw your Facebook post.
But we did not get any of our questions
wrote it up
answered
great.
About where the money is. That's the bottom line.
Right. We did not get it.
So Napoleon and these guys, they're still having fun with all the tax money.
Mm-hmm.
And we are left barely affording our homes. I don't know about you guys, but my tax bill went way up.
Mm-hmm.
And it is financial, almost financial panic time, It's really hard to afford.
Right. And this board has
People
no
are tightening their belts.
respect,
The one
no
lady,
sense
the
of
last
that
meeting,
urgency
she
at all.
spoke that she was going to have to consider putting her house up for sale.
Yeah, do you guys
And
remember that?
the exactly, Wyoming folks should look into dissolving the township. Yeah, well,
Yep.
I mean, obviously that's the only thing left, because look, you can't even ask questions without getting intimidated. Miss Graham should know better. She is on the school board with 205. She's very close to Napoleon Harris, and she's trying to intimidate me, who is just a resident and a journalist, trying to cover the meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And security is trying to tell me that I need to go instead of telling the aggressor that they need to go. And they're still there laughing and chatting. You can see Mary Avant. You can see Valeria Stubbs. You can see, I think it's Byron Stanley. Yep. And then you see Miss Graham, and then that gentleman that was accosting me there. And then the ladies with the Lansing Journal,
They're
which
just hanging out.
I wanted to
The
ask
two
them a
bullies.
few things, and they are
And the
there,
enabler.
but yeah, this is just horrible. Like, we should never, ever, ever be treated like this at our public meetings. These are our public meetings.
And look, the dude, he never once said a word to the two aggressors. He's still eyeing me like I need to go.
Should never, ever,
Get the
ever
fuck
be
outta
treated
here.
like this.
Get out of here.
And they're just laughing. I guess they think it's funny. So they get to talk and stay around and laugh and have a good time. But then the person that they're harassing me, because I'm asking questions about the money, they're trying to get me to leave. I'm lucky to live in a state that decades ago made a law that the state could not raise taxes more than a certain amount. My property taxes are reasonable. Yeah, Wyoming, that's what we really need, definitely. We could use some laws like that. Although, to be fair, Indiana next door, Indiana does have a law like that.
Indiana
So,
does
I mean, there's
cap
nothing
their
saying we
property
couldn't,
taxes.
but
yeah,
we have people like this who are making life horrible for everybody.
Yeah, because you see how this board will get anybody to help fight for them so that they can, the last thing they want to do is lower our property taxes. You can tell they are obviously profiting off of it. And they don't want the system to change. It works great for the people who are taking all of our resources. I'm not concerned about them. I'm concerned about the everyday person who can't afford to pay his property taxes.
To Miss Graham or the other gentlemen that were the aggressors. Again, they're just there. Oh, they're laughing with the trustees. And they all saw how Miss Graham and that guy accosted me.
And isn't it funny, especially Mary Avant and Valerie Stubbs, but they have so much to say. They're so talkative and chatty. But then when it comes to township business for the actual meeting, like they all have a voice. They could speak up. They could disagree. They could explain why they disagree with something before they're voting. They could answer questions that the public asks. Like I asked at least 4 or 5 questions, and I really didn't get a good answer to any of them. I don't think. Napoleon sort of gave a quasi answer to one, but not really.
So apparently they think it's funny. Because I guarantee you they're all getting paid. They're all getting paid. Oh my goodness. And like I told the security guard last time, there were these 2 guys that were like, well, luckily I was going to my car anyway, but they were walking. They were like walking to me or following me to my car. It was really strange, but I just said, well, hey, maybe it was a fluke or maybe, I wasn't sure, but now I know they were more than likely connected to those same people. So it's really a shame, what we go through just to have basic rights. Okay, I'm gonna let this person leave, whoever they are.
Yeah, it's just about done, guys. Here,
totally inappropriate to go home now. This is not and
sorry, I'm chomping the gum.
Right. I'm gonna go this way because I literally do not want to see any of them.
Oh, and I'm reading your post, Paul. Exactly. A total stranger came up
Oh,
calling me a
Stephanie
racist.
was
Yes. I'm
Right.
like,
I wanted to ask Stephanie a
don't know
question
you.
too. I want to ask her a question and just be a normal citizen who's not being harassed at a meeting. But no. Did she leave though? She's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie had left at that point.
It's fine. But yeah, it's just a shame how that is.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
But yeah, they're still kikiing even as we drive off.
We are adults. I mean, if you feel like somebody offended you, why do you have to say it in the meeting? You can go to the adult and talk to them about it.
Yeah, and it
That
wasn't
don't need to
about
come
that.
up in the
They were
meeting.
just trying to start
Right.
stuff to distract
Yeah,
from
that
what
whole
Napoleon's
thing
doing.
was
That
crazy.
was crazy. I was in a state of shock saying, I'm like, what?
But that whole thing, even last week when she approached me though, it was very, how do you explain, like ambush style? Like I could tell she was trying to start something. So for those of you that don't know, Miss Nina Graham is Napoleon Harris says that she is,
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get my
one of
cord.
his mentors, et cetera, et
My
cetera. So they are very
doesn't die.
close. So I'm
She's
not
stupid, man.
I'm not
So
surprised that she's defending Mr. Harris, but again, this is nothing personal. I didn't say anything that was racist or inappropriate, but they're just looking for distractions instead of holding these people accountable for how they're handling the money. So,
I know when she said
It's
that
sad.
over there. What?
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, what is this?
And Miss Graham knows better. By the way, for those of you that are watching, not only is Miss Graham, I think she's president of the 205 high school school board, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's still president.
excuse me, I think she taught for many years, so she knows better than to behave this way. But Napoleon is one of her that she calls, her star pupils. She's very protective of him.
Yeah.
And it's just too bad because when you're in a public position and people ask questions about how you're spending money, you got to be able to answer it. So that's
right,
not
or don't be
appropriate.
in the public
You
position.
can't just start throwing the race card around or doing whatever you want to make distractions, because the bottom line is tonight, they didn't answer any of the questions that I asked or that other people had. So we don't know anything. We don't know why they had this special meeting. We don't know which insurance companies they picked. They didn't say anything about the tax rate. So I'm assuming that they did increase our property taxes again for next year. So the whole thing was just like, but yeah, what did you think, Ramona? Do you want to share anything?
And it's like after the statement that she made of her saying that I don't know what your statement was the last meeting. I wasn't here. I didn't attend it. But whatever was said, you can't use the race card, because what if there had been a black person that was said whatever it is that you said? Would your reaction have been the same, or would it have been different?
Yeah.
So it's all in how we conduct ourselves at a meeting. And just to tell you the truth, I've never been to meetings where people are so disrespectful. You can't say anything. You're so touchy, or your little feelings are going to get hurt. Somebody says something you don't like,
Tell them,
or
Ramona.
something you don't want to hear. That doesn't give you the right to be aggressive or say something that's not the truth, that the person did not say.
Right.
So, that I don't call that a meeting. I call that just trying to justify whatever you want to do or whatever you want to say. So,
Did you?
Just catching up with the comments here. Let's see. Paul says, I look forward to the Lansing Journal's video and commentary about tonight's meeting. Yeah, definitely. But I noticed what you said too, Paul. Like they try to lay low, probably because they don't want to get all that bullying. Not that they're safe from it either, but yeah. Hey, Conscious. Hey. I shot you an email the other day because French reminded me too. He was like, oh my gosh, tell her about the town hall, because the mayor canceled our city council meeting yesterday. I'm sorry. I wish people would have listened to me last year when I warned y'all. Oh, you mean about Jed? But yeah. Hey, Ramona, Wyoming no apologies says. Wyoming says, hey, conscious, Wyoming. Yeah, it was good. I actually I liked hearing some of
the guy that
Ramona's
was coming after me,
input.
that older man. You know
I've
who he
seen him.
is?
I've seen him before, but
Okay.
you know, and these are senior citizens. These are
Right. I don't expect
people
seniors to be violent
acting
towards me.
like that. I'm looking
That's
at them
crazy.
like, I have never seen nothing like this in my life. I'm like, what
You
is
guys need to
this?
just go retire.
Crazy. I mean,
Mhm.
I can make my statement as a
Go
person
enjoy your retirement.
and not
Don't
offend anybody
be
or say
thugs for
anything that
this
they
board.
didn't really say. So you know,
Right.
you can't keep pulling the race card. This don't have nothing to do with race.
Right.
This has to do with what is fair and what is equal in our communities.
Mhm.
Period.
Right.
If you're not complaining about the taxes going up.
Oh no, about Marion subs. Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right. No, and remember when that whole slate ran though for the township, I told people not to support them. I supported the Republicans not because I agreed with everything, because Richard has some weird anti-LGBT stuff that he's posted and stuff and everything, but the point was, right, like, you're never gonna have a perfect candidate. But I said, hey, at least they interviewed with me, I talked to them, I endorsed them. But yeah, I guess people didn't listen. They just wanted Tiffany out so bad that they didn't ask enough questions about who was coming in. Tiffany out so bad, right? Yeah, we had so much video on Mary, and especially Stubbs. I'm not sure what people thought they would get. So much video on Mary. I don't know either. And you know, and Mary has Jabbar conscious says she doesn't have you blocked. She can see you. But yeah, Wyoming. You know, I was grateful. I've talked to Mary, and I thanked her. She came a few times when Colby Chapman was arrested, to Harvey, to just show support. And Valeria Stubbs, I think, came even to one of her arrests. So, I'll talk to anybody. It's not, we don't always have to agree. We don't always have to be on the same side of issues. So I was grateful that they did that. But I also did tell her, I said when I was talking to Mary, and I said, it's nothing personal. I can't support anybody. I can't support Napoleon Slate because he's shown himself not to be trustworthy. To me, it didn't matter. Honestly, I didn't care who was on his slate. I just don't trust how he does things. And he has proven himself to be untrustworthy so many times. And I remember Mary reassured me, and she just said, because I said, I want people that are independent. Like if you're going to get on a slate, like with Napoleon like that, he's going to end up controlling you. And she said, oh no, I'm independent. No one will ever control me, or I'll say what I want. And I mean, I knew that this would happen, right? And they get in, and are they independent? Are they saying anything? No, they have nothing to say other than what boss Napoleon tells them. So I agree with you. That's why I told people not to vote for this slate. Valerie Stubbs was a trustee before and conscious a deep dive on those years. Yeah, under Mayor Rogers in Dalton, right? I mean, I'm not an expert on Miss Stubbs, but I'm just saying, it's not enough just to not like somebody. You should at least find out something about the people maybe that you're voting to get in. And it just seems like the voters were hoodwinked and bamboozled. Those that voted this board in, because I did not recommend them. And you know what? If you did and you regret it, it's okay. We will accept you. But you better get your ass on the line and come to the meetings and start making noise, helping with petitions, helping to fix things. Because, hey, we all make mistakes. I've supported Clark in the past. And look, he's a total idiot, failure, horrible person, horrible mayor. But at least I'm trying to fix the problem. So you know, it's not that we're going to condemn you to be like, oh, you voted for this board, you know, you're horrible, we're never going to talk to you again. But if you did, just say, you know, oh wow, I really screwed up, you know, so what can I do to help fix things? You know, it's never too late. But if you just don't do anything, then, you know, and you're like, oh well, that's just politics, you know, another bad board, you know, okay, well, that doesn't help fix anything. Like get to know your neighbors, get involved in community work. We're not always, guys, we need to be able to do things in our communities on our own. We can't sit around and expect these boards to save us or always do the right thing. We have to be our own saviors. Even if you have good boards, it's just not, it's not healthy. We cannot expect a handful of political leaders to save us and make our lives great. I mean, if you think about it, just like I said, even if all of your local, state, and federal leaders were everything you wanted them to be, do we really want to give them that much power? Like, shouldn't we be more involved in our communities where we have some of the power, where we have some of the control? Like, that's what I want. I want true democracy, not this farce of democracy, you know? Conscious says, I feel bad for everyone there. Oh, thank you, Conscious. Yeah. But if anything, that's why I said, I don't want people to get discouraged and give up. It's just that we've got to come together as a community and start doing the things that we want done and making the things seen that we want seen, whether it's beautification, you know, helping people get food, helping the youth, helping bring businesses, whatever, because time and time again, we've seen countless boards that just don't help, you know. Now, sometimes they do, and sometimes we have good politicians, but I still think at the end of the day, the community, the people, the power should rest with the people. The drive, the energy should rest with the people. You shouldn't just say, well, okay, I'm too busy working. I mean, I get it, because everybody's busy working. We're all trying to survive, especially paying our property taxes, but you can't just cede your authority and say like, oh, well, maybe one day we'll have better politicians and the community will be better, because it's never going to get fixed that way. You know, we've all got to band together. Not every person doesn't have to do everything, but if everyone can just at least do something to help, that's what we need. We've got to have that. And that's not just a Harvey or a Southland thing. That's wherever you live in the world, you know, but we can't keep giving our power to all these politicians at the local, state, and federal levels, like I said, wherever we live in the world, and then complaining when things are bad. Like, well, yeah, of course, because we're giving up all of our agency, all of our power, right? And you're just trusting. It's just a few steps beyond the old feudal system, right? Where if you were a serf, most people were serfs, they worked the land, they had no rights whatsoever. And, you know, the kings and the lords and those who controlled the land had all the power. And so, yeah, they were just like, oh, we hope we get a good lord. We hope we get a good king, you know, like what we're doing with these politicians. Is it really that far off? Like, it's kind of similar. Like, you know, a lot of times people don't want to put the work in to really, to break the structures that are broken and to build a strong community where the people are getting shit done. You know, like look up the Black Panthers, look up, oh gosh, there's so many great community groups over the years that really just took care of their own people, and there are people that do that today. So anyway, I did want to go over very briefly. The senator mentioned the supervisor in this case, and senator, and what is he? Democratic committeeman Napoleon Harris. He mentioned something like, you know, I was saying something that wasn't true or whatever as far as the insurance. So I want to let's look at the receipts, as they say, okay? And as Mr. Harris knows, no lies were spoken by me. Okay, so this is an article from, this is letter to the editor. June 24th, 2024. So not this past summer, but the summer before. State Senator Napoleon Harris III clearly has a conflict of interest. He's investing in an insurance brokerage while serving as the General Assembly's Insurance Committee chairman. That can't be good for Illinoisans. This is with the Chicago Times. Okay. Let's take a look. State senator in the insurance brokerage called the Max Group, and whether that entailed putting in money and what sort of income he might make from the deal. He's accepted campaign contributions from insurance companies that are shoving their rates down taxpayers' and citizens' throats. The CEOs of these big insurance companies continue to be like Robin Hood, except they aren't giving to the poor. They're giving to the rich and themselves. Meanwhile, Illinois politicians like Harris and Senate President Don Harmon from Oak Park, come on, all you Oak Park activists, get him the fuck out of there, Don Harmon. He does not match your values, no matter what he tells you. They've been recipients of campaign donations from the insurance industry while the taxpayers and citizens aren't even in the game. Keep your eyes... Oh. Okay, wait, hold on. What did I do with it? Okay. What did you do? Okay, here. Keep your eyes open because this story is far from being over. We all know who's going to get messed over in this deal, and it isn't the Illinois politicians. That was from Gerald Burnson in Tinley Park. Now, there's another article that came. Stop with the ads. Chicago Sun-Times. Why wasn't the original Sun-Times article from June coming up? Oh, here. Okay, I think here it is. Here's the original article. Okay. But I want you guys, please pay attention to this because they're expecting that we're going to be ignorant fools and have short memories, okay? So we've got to remember these things. By the reporter is Robert Herguth. Let's see if he did a good job. This is June of 2024. What do you mean sign up now? I should already be signed in, I thought. Which one did I use? There we go. Okay, cool. As chairman of the Illinois Senate's Insurance Committee, State Senator Napoleon Harris III is a gatekeeper on legislation affecting the multi-billion-dollar insurance industry. Now, the Flossmoor Democrat... Hello? Hello? Did you catch that? Did you guys catch that? Who caught that? Put a 1 in the chat if you caught that. Where did it say he's from? Where did it say that he lives? This is from 2024. If you were listening and you caught that, put in the chat, don't put a 1. Put the name of the town where Napoleon Harris is from, according to this journalist for the Chicago Sun-Times. If you were listening, put in the chat the name of the town where Napoleon Harris lives. All right, I'm going to keep reading. Former NFL player has joined the industry he's helping to regulate, partnering with 2 men who run an insurance brokerage called the Max Group in the southwest suburb, the Chicago Sun-Times has learned. Even though Harris's chairman role can affect industry profits and regulations and consumer pocketbooks, Harris insists there's no conflict of interest with what he calls his new business venture. This was an opportunity to support a local business run by 2 area guys with long-standing, impeccable credentials in the field, Harris said via text message. These are people I've known for years. They've helped me out with my own insurance needs well before I arrived in the Senate. My role is that of an investor. None of this bears any relationship to my work in Springfield. So in other words, if you're investing, you're getting a profit out of an insurance business, but then you were helping to regulate insurance businesses. How is that not a conflict of interest? He says, if you look at the results, it's clear the insurance committee has been about improving the industry for consumers. And maybe they did, but still, it does not mean that that's not a conflict of interest. This is from his economic interest statement. So it's a source of income, Harris Brothers Group, LLC, and then the Max Group Plus. So that's the insurance company. His panel and the rest of the General Assembly recently backed a series of consumer-friendly industry reforms pushed by Governor Pritzker, including banning what are called short-term limited duration health insurance policies. According to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, such policies are designed to fill temporary gaps in coverage when an individual is transitioning from one source of coverage to another, and generally are not subject to the consumer protections. Democrats in Congress have described these kinds of plans as dangerous and unregulated and a threat to the health and financial well-being of American families. Based in Crestwood, the Max, so that's like about maybe 15, 20-minute drive from Harvey. The Max Group helps clients procure business, personal, and life insurance and advertises various types of insurance coverage for public agencies, including municipal governments and park districts. Oh, wait. Oh, let's read that again. What did it say? Based in Crestwood, the Max Group helps clients procure business, insurance coverage for public agencies like municipal governments and park districts. You mean like a township board? Nobody put in the chat where nobody put in the, no one was listening. Nobody put in the chat where the journalist said that Napoleon lived. You guys, I'm going back to my teaching days now. You're failing on my little formative assessment here. You weren't listening. Why do you think the township had trouble with insurance? Good question, Conscious. I would say probably shady stuff going on. Paul says, I was at a DOT meeting in 2024 when Napoleon dismissed this, and other sometimes articles about Robert Herguth about him were just hatred by one crazy hitman who didn't like Napoleon. Thank you, Paul. That is great feedback. I did not know that. Okay. So it was just totally dismissed. And they were saying this Max Group, that they help people get insurance. They help a lot of public boards get insurance. Agencies that often rely on state legislators for funding. Isn't that interesting? Like other state officials, Harris must file an economic interest statement each year showing outside income and financial investments. The paperwork he filed in May mentioned for the first time Max Group Plus, which shares the same executives and address with the Max Group. So he does put his receipts in here, his screenshots, to show you some more of this too. So this is, what was this supposed to be for? Oh, just showing how the insurance industry were big contributors to Napoleon Harris. Yeah, so Zurich, American Insurance Company, right? 1,000, 1,500 for contributions. Harris, who joined the General Assembly in 2013 and became Insurance Committeeman Chairman in 2019, wouldn't answer questions about how he came to be an investor in the company, whether that entailed putting in money and what sort of income he might make from the deal. But if you're an investor, that means you're not gonna invest for free. You're set to get something from it. Harris has also long derived side income through a company that runs a Beggar's Pizza franchise in Harvey. In 2022 and 2023, Harris's campaign fund accepted contributions from the Max Group totaling $2,500. According to the Illinois State Board of Elections, he's also accepted at least $60,000 overall from the insurance industry since the beginning of last year, State Election Board records show. That's a lot of money. And we have looked at Napoleon's D2s before, and he has a lot of contributors from the insurance industry. That includes $10,000 from the Allstate Insurance Company, $7,500 from State Farm, $6,000 from Cigna, $1,500 from Illinois Life and Health Insurance Council that had been involved in talks over Pritzker's legislation this year. Pay to play, man. John Patterson, a spokesman for Illinois Senate President Don Harmon, an Oak Park Democrat. Boo. I'm not very pleased with him. By the way, this is the same guy that was reported that he helped Napoleon sneak in that provision so that he can get his big fat over $200,000 a year salary. That this guy, Don Harmon, snuck it in the Crohn's disease bill. Like, what a horrible person to do that. So they were saying Harris has shown himself to be a knowledgeable, independent voice and has fostered conversations in the insurance committee that have led to pragmatic solutions that work. Okay, well then maybe you should divest from that company then. You know what I mean? Like Napoleon could people aren't saying he can't be in the insurance regulation, right? But or at least be honest that it's a conflict of interest. Harmon's also been a recipient of significant campaign money from insurance companies. Okay. Wow. 100,000 combined from Allstate and State Farm, more than 10,000 from Illinois Life and Health Insurance Council. Harris grew up in Dixmoor, attended Thornton Township High School in Harvey, and played football at Northwestern University before becoming a linebacker for the Oakland Raiders, Minnesota Vikings, and Kansas City Chiefs. He ran for Senate unsuccessfully in 2016, losing in the Democratic primary to current U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth. Asked about Harris's insurance committee chairmanship and his insurance broker investments, Pritzker's office will only say that the governor looks forward to this new era of consumer protection and will continue working with the General Assembly to deliver even more reform in the future. In other words, oh no, we don't squeal on fellow Democrats, Not that Republicans are any better. I'm not saying that. Both I don't have any respect for either big party, by the way. And let's go back up to the top because this was a change that was made now in January. Let me see, did I miss any comments? No. So earlier this year in January, State Senator Napoleon Harris out as chairman of committee regulating insurance industry. So Napoleon Harris, and you know better. That is not a lie. Now you know what I'm going to do for you guys, because I showed you the receipts and I want to show you how I tell the truth. Okay, I'm not making stuff up here. Hold on one sec. I'm going to find it for you. All right, so I want to go back to we're going to play his words right now, people, right now. Okay, so listen, this is Napoleon's words from earlier this evening about the insurance stuff, because he's going to try to say that I was lying about him.
We want to make sure that we have those things finalized before because they were still working diligently through the company that was held in. So contrary to what was stated before, there was no conflict of interest with me and any insurance thing. My insurance company does not cover the township.
There was no conflict of interest. There sure was before you stepped down from that regulatory position. So he lied in that respect. I don't know if he was just talking about the township, but anyway.
Blatantly just lied or insinuated something that was a false narrative. So with that being said,
no, you had conflicts of interest with when you regulated insurance companies and you were investing in an insurance group. So that was not a lie. So that means you just lied, Senator and Supervisor Harris.
Are the same insurance companies that were here prior to our arrival. This board's arrival here, taking over. So I want to clear up any false narrative. So as they say, go run and tell that.
As he looks at me at the camera, and Mr. Byron there is smirking, these people that just do nothing but kiss Napoleon's butt. So fact checkers, get on it. Is this the same insurance that we had under Tiffany or not? We'll have to find this out.
We don't have presentation. That was my supervisor's report.
Because that's what I want to know. It's one of the things I want to know too. Okay, I do want to go back to the article, but as Paul says, the January 2025 article implies that Napoleon's chairmanship of the committee regulating insurance companies was too much of an embarrassment, even for Senate President Don Harvey. Right, you look bad when Illinois Democrats are like, ooh, we should probably remove him from that because that looks bad, because they don't embarrass easily. Okay, they do not embarrass easily. Oh man, again. Oops, I meant to log in. Hopefully it's not signing me up again. But anyway, so this is the January article. When the Sun-Times reported last year that State Senator Napoleon Harris III had become an investor in a Southwest suburban insurance brokerage business while serving as a gatekeeper on legislation impacting the insurance industry in Illinois as head of his chamber's insurance committee, the Flossmoor Democrat insisted there was no conflict of interest. Again, if you're listening, show me you're listening by putting in the chat where this, for the second time, where this journalist from the Sun-Times says that Napoleon Harris lives. So put that in the chat again if you were listening. And what did the journalist say in the article about where Napoleon Harris lives? This is an article written this year in January. None of this bears any relationship to my work in Springfield. If you look at the results, it's clear the insurance committee has been about improving the industry for consumers. Oh, yes, Napoleon. And I mean, people are never going to do anything wrong, you know? I mean, we should just trust you, right? Now Harris is out as chairman of that committee, but it's unclear whether the 2024 revelations about his insurance side venture played into the recent decision by State Senator President Don Harmon, an Oak Park Democrat, to transfer him out of that assignment for the new legislative session. Asked about this, Harmon spokesman John Patterson said, with the start of every new General Assembly, there's a shuffling of responsibilities to best recognize senators' interest, experience, and expertise. The leadership and committee chair announcements for the 104th General Assembly reflect the great diversity of people and talent we have in the Illinois Senate Democratic Caucus. Blech. So basically didn't say anything. It was just like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. Patterson portrayed Harris losing the post as part of a promotion. I remember that, saying Senator Napoleon Harris has moved into the position of assistant majority leader. Senator Harris has been a leader for his community, focusing on You guys, I cannot read this with a straight face. Conscious, help me if you're still there. I know you'd be laughing too. Senator Harris has been a leader for his community, focusing on public safety and health, specifically working to bridge the gap in health care for disadvantaged communities and on initiatives to keep kids in school. Wow. Okay, I don't know about all that. Harris, a former NFL linebacker, joined the General Assembly in 2013. Okay, yeah, we saw that before. He didn't respond to calls or texts. Okay. Yeah, and while he was overseeing this committee, he accepted tens of thousands of dollars in campaign contributions from insurance companies. How is that not illegal? I don't understand. Oh, okay, and they're talking about the new lady they put in his place. Wait, what? State Senator Dave Syverson, a Rockford area Republican, who served see, I'm telling you, this is how you know both parties. Don't think that the Republicans are the saviors either, okay? Both of the big parties are bought by big money, and I don't trust either. State Senator Dave Syverson, Rockford area Republican, who served last year on both the Health and the Insurance Committee, says citizen legislators often bring potential conflicts, but the key is being upfront about them, and Harris was. He told me at the very beginning what he was doing, adding that some of the bills voted on under Harris were things the insurance companies didn't support or like. So surely, you know, as long as he told you that he was investing in insurance at the same time as he was regulating, you know, as long as he told you, I'm sure that means he was not doing anything wrong at all. Harris, who wants to unseat Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard in the upcoming election for supervisor. Okay, yeah. Oh, and that was the contribution for using his campaign funds for like luxury items and things. Mm-hmm. And on his pizza parlor in Harvey. Mm-hmm. Record shows campaign fund Friends of Napoleon Harris paid the Max Group $325 in August in what was described as insurance for a picnic. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. The company's website says, our firm is committed to the highest degree of ethics, accountability, and professionalism. We'll provide your company with tailored solutions to effectively manage risk from highly regarded insurance carriers at a competitive premium. Bravo. Good reporting, Mr. Herguth. Hagut. All right, let's see. I'm going to come back. Was anybody listening? Was anybody listening? Oh, nobody in the chat put the town that the journalist said he lives in. Because I want you guys to pay attention to that, because, you know, people are like, oh, we don't have proof. It's been reported on where Napoleon lives. Okay, and then Paul says, I think Alliant was the only brokerage Who could find someone to underwrite Tiffany? Carmen Carlisle told us they were the township's insurance broker. Frank Z avoided Alliant. Okay, so that was the firm that they said when they voted. It was a little hard for me to understand, you know, partly because he talks so quietly, but partly because they're so far away from us too. And Conscious says, this is so heartbreaking to watch. It was a setup from the very beginning to gain power. Remember, Ryan, Nikita said, reform the South. As soon as I saw Mary walk up the stairs with Jed, I knew. Yeah. Wait, Mary walk up the stairs. Where was that? Mary walking up the stairs with Jed? But yeah, definitely it was, oh, definitely. They wanted all the power from Tiffany. You know, like I always said, they didn't want to fix the corruption. They just wanted to take it over. And they put on maybe a little bit more polished of a face. They're a little quieter about it. But as you can see tonight, they're not beyond bullying, you know, they're bullying me because I'm asking some good questions, you know. And Paul, imagine if you had been there tonight, you think they would have sicked fellow senior citizens on another senior such as yourself and bullied you? That would have been interesting. Oh, and Dalton. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you, Conscious. Yeah, Mary, same thing, because people were earlier in the chat and people were saying, you know, like, oh, well, Stephanie's running for committeeman. Like, why is Amir or Beth, you know, why are some people not supporting her? Well, she still says she's working with Jed. So I understand, like, you know, people are going to have concerns about that. Look at all the harm that Jed is doing. Like, why would you want to elect someone that's saying they're still working with him? And then Mary has that same issue, right? She could choose to do the right thing at any point, but she doesn't. She still supports Jed too. Oh, July of 2024. Nice. Good memory. Okay. Yeah. See, I had just been arrested not long before that in Harvey. So yeah, I wasn't really covering Dalton yet. Yes, that's why Jennifer insisted I stay home instead of asking the question. Jennifer, you wanted me to get beat up by the elderly people? That is kind of hilarious, but that's okay. I know. But in a way, though, like, you know, I would always defend you, Paul. In a way, it would kind of be interesting. I would love to test it to see how far they would go, and I would love to get that on video. And then, you know, I'd put in a police complaint. I may go to South Holland Police tomorrow and file a complaint. We'll see. I don't know. Because yeah, they were really close to fighting me. That was super close. That was like, it was pretty. That was very shady and very not comfortable. That's so crazy. So Jennifer thought that too. She's like, they don't care. They'll get some elderly people to attack other elderly people. They're not going to care, Paul. Be careful. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I went and asked the questions because they needed to be asked. That's the bottom line, you know. They were envious of her. Yes, they were all envious of Tiffany. Not wanting to fix the problem for the public, but just wanting to take the power and the money. You know, that was always my critique. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to show that about him. And now that we know it's Alliant, should we look up, what are they called again? Alliant Insurance? Okay, is this them? Is this them, Crook? Or whoever said Alliant? So maybe that's them, huh? And Alliant Insurance Services in Chicago? Let's see. Oh, that's listing nationwide. So in other words, they're a brokerage basically. So they okay. So it was actually like a broker, I guess, huh? Oh, Paul, bravo on your post. We got some Tim Young on your Facebook post. Tim DeYoung says, I got some heat for that board if I can ever make it to a meeting. Okay, I'll say, message me and we can go together. Yeah, Tim, you should put some heat on Mr. Antoine Russell, because you ran for that position and you should have been elected. You would have been a much better highway commissioner. Sharon McGee says, stay safe, Ryan, and never change for no one. Oh, that's sweet. Thanks, Sharon. Oh, you guys, this is sad. Someone on Facebook just said, oops, sorry, hold on. Catching up with your comments. I'll be there next month, Paul says, even though it will increase what we paid to Allied Security. It'll increase what we pay to Allied Security. I'm so glad you asked those questions tonight. Oh, God, thank you. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on, people. It's got to be power to the people, power of the people. I appreciate the support because, I don't want them. I also don't want it to be portrayed. I mean, I'm not freaking out about however they want to try to frame things, but I'm just saying I don't want it portrayed like I'm the enemy as like I'm the only one asking questions. Like everybody wants to know these questions, so they can't hide from everybody. I just happened to ask them tonight. But yes. Well, Paul, you show up and definitely I'll try my best whenever they have a meeting to be there and support. That's an international insurance firm. Alliance with a Z. Okay. So I Googled maybe they said it different. Okay, Alliance. Oh, it says it's German? Huh. Okay. But listen to this. I think this is so sad, and I have to reply on Facebook. So there was something I posted. When I had FOIA'd, how much are we paying for Mayor Clark's security? And the city didn't want to answer. They were playing games with me. And this lady, Georgetta, don't feel bad. You're not alone. That's what I'm saying. We all got to stick together. She says, I want to move so bad, but my husband is comfortable living here. I never tell people I'm from Harvey. I just say I'm from the south suburbs. It's a shame how all of the past and present mayors have drained the city's finances. Oh, I'll send her a little care thing and I'll say, don't you ever be ashamed of being from Harvey. You are not alone. I would love to meet you. We have to stick together and show them the power of the people. Oh, Georgetta, I feel so bad when with that comment though. That really tugged at my heart. And she said, I never tell people I'm from Harvey. It's like, you shouldn't have to be ashamed. Like, we have a beautiful, lovely history, and we have a lot of great people here still now today, not just the history. Yeah. Oh, that's a cute picture of her. Those must be her parents. Look at that. Oh, wow. March of 62. Yeah, those must be her parents. Wait, can you guys see? That's so cute. I wonder if that's actually in Harvey. I wonder how long she's been in Harvey. But anyway, so yeah, Georgetta, I'm going to add you as a friend and I'll message you. I'm going to say your comment really got to me. I don't want you to feel bad that you're from Harvey. I want you and all of us to be proud of our city. So we'll see. Maybe she'll answer back. Aw. Oh, you guys saw that. I have to watch that video. Maybe I should watch it with you all. I know Random News came out with a new Jed video, by the way, you guys. But there's a Harvey video here too that connection is really bad. Oh, okay. Oh, that was for the meeting. Yeah. I'm gonna apologize to this guy. I'm sorry. I don't know why it was tonight. It was bad tonight. I was gonna say hopefully not for this though, because I'm hardwired now. How is the reception now? Is it okay? Should be good here. Oh, do you guys want to glance at Napoleon's D2s again? Let's do that. Do you guys know how to look for D2s? I can show you. I'll show you right now. Okay. So if you Google Sunshine, Illinois, that should take us to the right place. Where is it? Is this it? Reform for Illinois. Oh, here we go. Illinois Sunshine. Keep an eye on money in Illinois politics. So let's take a look here. Let's search for, and you can put in a name. So we'll do Napoleon Harris. I've searched him before. All right. So we have one candidate. You can see Napoleon Harris. Officers. Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's the chair of Friends of Napoleon Harris and Democrats of Thornton Township. Dots. All right. So let's go to, well, this would be in his capacity as what? Senator? I guess either. Let's just look at donors in general. How is this sorted? Should we do amount, or did you sort it by date? Actually, there should be more though. I think there would be more. Let's go to Friends of Napoleon Harris. Okay. Support the election of Napoleon Harris. Almost 77,000 investments. Damn. Okay. Oh, this was top 25. Okay. Yeah, you want to start? Let's start there. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized I'm in this new tab. Okay, now can you guys see the new tab? Can you see? Now remember, I'm showing you how to look up D2. One way to look up D2s for these candidates. So look up who their donors are. Okay, so this is top 25 donors. So the first one here, Napoleon Harris himself, $350,000. Because remember, he makes a big township salary. He makes a good salary at the Senate. I think he makes some money as committeeman, but I'm not certain off the top of my head. And then he has some sort of, I don't know, pension or something from the NFL. And then he has his pizza location. So, and then who knows, he probably has other income as well. So he paid himself $350,000. Napoleon, Illinois, in 2018, Oh, that's when he lost the Senate bid. Okay, he paid himself $250,000. Chicagoland Operators Joint Labor Management PAC. Okay, so that's like unions or something. 53,000. Friends of Timnitra Burris. Now wait a minute. That's the lady that Burris. That's the same last name, Paul. Who else mentioned her? That's his chief of staff, right? Who is she? To elect Timnitra Burris to public office. Oh boy, so we got some connections there too, I see. Okay. Amarin. What is that, you guys? Is that gas? What's Amarin? I should know that. Anyway, Healthcare Services Corp. Employees PAC. So something related to healthcare. Illinois Insurance PAC. Yep. Related to healthcare. Committee for the December 13th concert event. Oh, that was in 2014. That's a lot of money, almost 30,000. All state insurance. What was it we're looking for again? Oh, I wanted to see if Alliance shows up. Illinois Trial Lawyers PAC. Citizens for Better Education. Illinois Hospital Association. State Farm. Launa. Chicago Laborers. Okay. Come on, union people. Find someone better to support. That's shameful. Cigna. Marquee Energy. iPace. I don't know what that is. Citizens for Jacqueline Collins. Wow, they gave him a lot of money. Who's Jacqueline Collins? Damn. Some sort of pharma group here. United Health Group. Amazon. Oh, that's a lot. 15,000. Comcast. AFS, CME. Illinois. Okay, yeah, that's smart unions. Wind Creek. Ha, ha, ha. The new casino gave him 15,000. What a scam, man. Come on. Steel Company. Let's look at all donations. Let's see. Oh, here. This will take us in order of time. Paul, are you still on? Paul, do you see? Thank you. There you are, Paul. The Burris connection. Do you see this? I think Carla Burris's daughter is running for office, perhaps MWRD. Oh, so that's Timnitra is her name. Utility company that serves Central and Southern. Thank you, Amarin or whatever. Yeah, I was gonna say, is it like electricity? Because I know it rings a bell. I just couldn't, think of it. But so look at this. So recently he got something from Electrical Contractors Association, Food and Paper Supply, United Health Group. He's still getting insurance stuff, you guys. Healthcare again. Illinois Hospital Association, CVS, Aqua, Illinois. Wait, is that the same water company that serves University Park? I'm gonna say that rings a bell. Friends of Timnitra Burris, yeah, transferred $50,000. That was only a month ago, October 22nd. So now we know why his chief of staff, I guess, is some Burris. Got to be a connection. Midwest Gaming and Entertainment, 5,000. I don't know if that's connected to the new casino, but Enterprise Holdings, I don't know what that is. Eli Lilly, that's healthcare, right? Pharma. Allstate, Barano Holdings. So you would have to look up like who that is. Insurance. Here's insurance. American Property Casual Insurance Association political account. Is that connected to Alliance? Government relations, sports betting, Amazon, Stripe, Inc. Interesting. Yeah, in August, Napoleon paid himself $23,000. Like, damn, dude, like you don't need any more money. Cut that salary already. Give it back to the taxpayers. There's Amarin again, or Amarin, however they say it. CSX gave him money. Hospital Association, Marquee Energy, Constellation Energy, Nexus Family Healing, Gold Rush Amusements, Casper and Nottage PC, UPS PAC. Oh, okay, that's like maybe UPS. John Deere, State Farm, Firefighters, Water Company, Chempac, Penn National Gaming, another gaming company. Is he on a gaming board? Hyper IT, People's Gas, Friends of Jason House. Okay, so we see who Jason's aligned with, huh? See, this is the other problem I have, you guys. Look. Who did the audits that were barely audits? They were horrible. They were basically just forwarded financial reports, you know, from township staff. This is the auditor, John Casper. This summer, that same company donated $5,000. Okay. I know it's not illegal, but it just should, I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. You shouldn't be able to donate to the politician and then they hire you. It's not right. Tim Nitra Burris is running for Cook County Assessor. Oh, interesting. For Cook County Assessor against Fritz Kagi? Huh. Now you see, so Napoleon got some pretty big money from the Tim Nitra Burris campaign for the assessor. See how you just never know how people and things are linked with this stuff. Let's see, next page. There's Wind Creek again. Yeah, this was all still this past summer. Wind Creek, carpentry, lawyers, Tony Sherman. Oh, that is Wine Spirits, locksmith, Anthony McCaskill. Okay, so you know the McCaskills, and according to the money, the McCaskills and Napoleon are connected. Tasha S. Williams, I don't know who that is. Patrice Burton, Greg Milchell, McDonald's. 5,000. Come on, McDonald's. Get some better people. Heritage Party of South Holland. Mayor DeGraff. Come on. Boo, boo, boo. And Tim, aren't you part of the Heritage Party of South Holland? Come on. Tell him. Don't be giving money to that dude. Lynette Stokes is she's like a superintendent, I want to say, of one of the school districts. Position fence. Club 22, what's that? Okay, can I search for Alliance? Can I search, right? Maybe if I go back to the search thing. Hold on. Because, you know, Alliance, they might not donate under that name. Let's see. Did I spell it right with the Z? Kasperick donated $5K to Tiffany every year. The cost of doing business in Thornton Township. Exactly. Right. And then they get the auditing contracts. And then also it's like, surprise, surprise, their audits never seem to be very controversial. You know, it's just, the system that's not set up right. But this is Alliance, right? Aha. That's what I wanted to see. Do you guys see? Look. Alliance Global Risks. Isn't that the company? Now look, American Property Casualty Insurance Association political account. Don't we remember just seeing that? So now we're gonna go back. Oh wait. Sorry, I was just distracted because I'm like, oh, there actually are some here too. Alliance Global Assistance. They donated some to. Okay, to JB Pritzker, but yeah, not that much though. So let's go back to Napoleon Harris, and now we're going to look to see. Look for that same name. I know we saw it. We'll do all donations. Look for that same name. There it is. There, right here. Okay. So, according to this, not a huge amount, but it shows that they did just, the board, according to showing this connection here that we just found, the board just voted to give the insurance business to a donor, one of Napoleon's donors, American Property Casualty Insurance Association political account, which gets, they've also given to, Marcus Evans, LG Sims. Very interesting, you guys. Yeah. Was it in the top 25? I forget. Let's look. Or actually, no. I'd rather, let me look. Let's look by date again to see if they contributed before. Okay, no, I don't see it. I'm not seeing the more recent one. Let's also go back to top 25 donors. I don't think they were in the top 25 though. Okay. Well, I don't know. Do you think that means anything? Crook said, I've seen that coming from a mile away. Yeah. So it's not, according to this anyway, just from this cursory investigation, it doesn't look like that would be a big amount. You know, it was only a $1,000 donation, but still, I mean, that I believe shows that indeed they chose to give the business to a donor, you know, a company that donated to Napoleon. Yeah, I'm going to search for them again one time. Alliance with the Z, right? Oops. Alliance. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to share this tab with you guys. So this is the same one I think we found before, right? The American Property Casualty Insurance Association political account. Political, actually, it's a PAC. Got almost $500,000 in funds available. They've got plenty of money. So the top donors that give to this PAC that gave $1,000 to Napoleon. We have aggregate membership dues, Erie Insurance. Okay, so it looks like mostly a whole bunch of insurance companies, pay into this PAC. Probably to lobby, to pay politicians so the politicians buy their policies, I would imagine, huh? And there's Alliance, right? Amanda and whoever else mentioned it, that's the one. Alliance Global. So like that was their dues, and then so they paid into this company, and then this company gave $1,000 to Napoleon. Very interesting. Okay, did you guys get all that? Did we ever look up Mary's D2s? I forget. Do you guys want to do that real quick? I'm sorry, I don't want to keep you guys forever, but you see how sometimes once you get going on this stuff, it just, that's why I'm like, please donate to my Patreon. Please donate to me. I should open my Patreon and send you guys a link. I'm also going to buy create one of those buy me a coffee links too. Because, real estate sales are slow, okay? That's what I talked about tonight. Like, I am very conservative with my funds. I put patches on my work pants. I'm not even buying new pants, And then these public boards, they're like going on extravagant trips with our money. Like, okay, it must be nice. Must be nice. Where's my picture? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get the link. I still got to work on it. It's not set up. Political horseplay. Yeah. Yeah. So this is my Patreon. Join, donate. I made 3 membership levels. I think that the top tier, it's like a monthly thing you can do to support your favorite creators. But the top tier is like access to French lessons. And then I also shared a poll on my Patreon to be like, what are you guys interested in? Because I can create French lesson videos for you guys. I could also do English lesson videos. I started that on Instagram and just never haven't gotten back to it in a while. But I can give voice lessons if you want to sing. I have a degree in voice as well. So I have a degrees in voice, French, and English and education. So I mean, I can teach all of those for sure. I could teach other things too, but those are the ones that I actually went to school for. But yeah, that's my Patreon. So please consider supporting me if you want to see more of this local reporting, because it takes a lot of time, as you can see, and I don't get paid for any of this stuff. Let's go back to Miss Mary. Oh, none of them are active though, huh? Which one was it? Democratic or independent? Let's start with this one. Friends of Mary C. Avant. Okay. No money available. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Do you recognize these? Melvin Rowland, La Isla Bonita Marina, Philip Powell, Robert Patton, Patrick Clayton, Rosie Leftwich, Rose Gordon, Adam Farage, Food and Paper Supply. I saw that show up on Napoleon's before. Jones for state rep. Oh, we should have known better, huh? Roger supported her. Roger Agpawa and Markham, Patricia Poltz, John Steele, Arthur Hannes, Sean Brown, Arthur Hannes, Mary Avant. Okay, do you guys recognize? I don't recognize really those people. Oh, okay. Oh, that was an old one. Oh, okay. Now wait, there's just Mary Avant. Okay. Oh, she ran as mayor before? I didn't even know that. Oh, these are her when things. Okay, so she contributed to Kiana Belcher. Dots. Whoa, 4,000 to dots. Wow, 4,000 to dots. Damn. Okay, yeah. So that's probably where she and Napoleon worked out a deal, I guess, huh? Wow, that's a lot of money. Yeah, to her own campaign, and then Kiana Belcher and Tiffany, but that was 2021. Okay. Anybody else, you guys, that you're like, who else on that board would we want to look up their donations? I mean, they're all so quiet. Let's look up no, let's look up Valeria Stubbs. Valeria Stubbs. Oh, okay, she contributed to Riley's Friends in the past. No, I want to see if she had any committees, though. Nothing? Maybe that's why she. Let's try maybe just Valerie Stubbs. Valerie Stubbs. See if anything comes up under Valerie Stubbs. No, just Valerie Stubbs. Well, she donated to Dots again. Oh wow! Look at that big money. Just like Mary, 4,000 for 2 payments, $8,000 or this year to Dots. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. These people don't need all that money. Oh, she supported the Shaw brothers, and Riley. Not much though under her. Who's another one on the board? Antoine Russell. Did I spell the name right? Friends of Antoine Russell. Okay, so not a ton in his account. Let's see here. If we go back to One Stop, is that Harvey One Stop? It's a law firm. It looks like a law firm. Antero Group. Yeah, okay. Antoine Russell, he loaned himself $5,000. James Vaselli. There's this group again. Is that a law firm? Cameron Forbes. Antoine Russell loaned himself more money, and then New Horizons Steel $2,500. Okay, so he didn't have a ton showing up under there. Is it the same one I just clicked on? I think so. Yeah. Oh, or you know what? Do you guys want to see? Do we want to see who's donating to Dots? How about that? Do we want to see who's donating? Jed milked all her funds from that account. Oh yeah, that's great. Like, how did these ladies get that money? $8,000 to give within 2 months? I'm like, I'm over here pinching pennies. Okay. She paid for her seat. I know. I'm sorry. Can you guys see? Am I on the right one? Yeah. Okay. Let's see who gives to Dots, shall we? Should we do top 25? Oh Lord, I'm afraid to look here. Marcus Evans, yep, sounds familiar. Anthony McCaskill, 4,000. Oh my God, he just gave that this month, 4,000. I wonder if he took it from the library, the parks. Thaddeus Jones just gave about 3,500 in the summer. Byron Stanley, pay to play, 4,100. Larry Rogers, I would say Friends of Frank Zuccarelli gave 2022. McCaskill gave 5,000 the past. Joy for Justice. That I think about 5,000. I think that was the lady who ran for Supreme Court Justice. Richard and Barbara Matthews. Don't know who they are. Will Davis, of course. They all work together. He gave 5,600 earlier this year. Petrarca, Gleason, Boyle, and Izzo. Who's that? That's what we're looking at right now. Exactly, Paul. Yep. These are the top donors to Dots. Because I just thought, ooh, I think people would want to know that, right? I'll even make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Can you see that a little bit better too? These are all some pretty big donations. These are the top 25 as far as in amounts. Okay, so these aren't done by date. Lawrence Jackson, who was just convicted. So he donated almost 6,000. Tihani Hill, I don't know who that is, 5,600. John Kasparek, told you it's all pay to play, 7,700. Wow. This March, Citizens for Chris Gonzalez, $8,000 he gave to Dots. Friends of Mary Avant, again, 8,075. Valerie Stubbs, 8,155. Cassandra Holbert, She's the assessor, right? 8,800. You got to pay to play with these people for sure. It's about the money, baby. You give them that money, see? But I don't want to be controlled by that. I don't like that. Lynette Stokes, and again, I forget what she does, but she paid 9,500. She's got a big position here somewhere. Midwest Mechanical, putting children first. Cook County College Teachers Union. Boo, unions, don't give to that. Don't give to dots. Chicago Heights Construction, they gave a lot too. JB for governor. JB. Planera Architects. Right? It's like, I wonder what business they get. I haven't seen them for Harvey, but they must. Oh, I see. Bloom Township, DeLuca. 1 Tinley Park, Greater Homewood. Okay, yeah. All this pay to play stuff. Now let's look at all donations. Okay, so we're gonna look. This will be in order of by date. Seats for the trustees, we're going for 8K at the township. Yep. So you can see, you put up 8K, you get elected by NAPO, and he sends old people. He sends old people to attack your opponents for you. Like, and remember how their whole slate, they would never go to any forum, they wouldn't answer any questions. Like, that's how they roll. Lynette Stokes, president of South Suburban. Thank you. I knew it. And Tijuana Hills on the board there. Yep. Pay to play. See? Stop fucking picking people like that. That drives me nuts. Get out of there, Lynette Stokes and Tijuana Hills. That should. I'm not saying you can't give the parties, but you know Dots doesn't do things right. All right, so this is by time, okay? Great Line Electric. These are the most recent donors to Dots, Democrats of Thornton Township. Great Land Electric, DHK Squared. I don't know what some of these are. Food and paper. Where is this food and paper supply? They are always donating. Do you guys know where is that located? Curious. Margaret Croak for State Central Committee, huh? Okay, Marcus Evans. Scarabius. Paul, didn't you tell me what this is? What's Scarabius? What is that? I forget what that is, but I think you told me. Heritage Party in November. Come on. Heritage Party of South Holland. You guys are crushing. You're really letting me down, guys. Jesus. Don't kiss their asses. That's what I want people to stop. If everybody were to stop kissing Dot's asses, you know, Napoleon and everything, eventually, and stop giving them money, they wouldn't be able to do the shit they do. Be great strategies. Keisha McCaskill, just this month, 1,500. So boom, we know he's back in Keisha for sure. Andre, I don't know who that is. Andre Zapetti. Chicago Heights Construction again. John Kasparik again. So of course they're not going to write up an audit that actually reveals what's going on in the township. And then the lawyer has that nerve, Steve Ladazinski, to say, "Oh, you missed it. You weren't here. They presented on the finances." Whatever. No, they didn't. Anthony McCaskill again. Lynette Stokes, Planera, Midwest, Friends of Timnitra Burris. There's Burris again. Genesis Building Services, Tiani Hill, Bob Rita, Bob, Bonita Estelle, Raja for Illinois. Oh, he wants support for his campaign. That's why. Marshawn Tolbert even gave a little bit. 311. Okay, that's random. I don't recognize these names. Some of you might. Mari Dawson, Latoya Hughes, Thaddeus Jones again. Troy O'Quinn, yeah. Meredith Hammer, about 2,500. So who are these people? Petrarca, Gleason, Boyle, and Izzo Inc. Is that a law firm? Will it tell us? It doesn't say, but I'm just usually that's kind of like how the law firms I feel like have their names. Luckett Michelle, Valerie Stubbs, Disparity Law Group. I've seen that name. Gordon Smith, Judge Linda Sacchi, Latoya Hughes, Bianca Brown, Jimbo's. Oh, Jimbo's. I like Jimbo's, but yeah, it's probably a pay-to-play thing. There. Robert Hunt. Okay, so he's trying to make sure they don't tell on him, huh? Keisha McCaskill again. Is this educational, you guys? Let me go back to the chat. Food and paper supplies on South Chicago Avenue in the city. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Yes. Scrabius LLC is Donnie Trotter. Oh, that's the yes, the lobbyist. You did tell me that. Thornton Township pays him $5,000 a month to lobby his protege, my state senator, LG Sims, the chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. You know, see, that's where all our money goes. That's why we don't. That's why we are being taxed out of our homes. You know, it goes to these people. That's what I can't stand. Prince Reed donated. Monica Gordon. More from Raja. Vista National. Don't know what that is. Lynette Stokes again. Teachers Union. Robinson Engineering. Now they do a lot of stuff. I've seen them. Friends of LG. There's LG Sims. Bronzeville Law Group. Don Harmon. 2,500. Ugh. Yeah, he's in on it too. Oh, there's. I think did we see that already? We saw it already, right? Kristen Gonzalez, 8,000. Will Davis, Thaddeus Jones, Cal City Plumbing, The Entrance. That's in Harvey. He only gave 500, but still, that was probably a pay-to-play thing too. Anthony McCaskill again. Meredith Hammer, Gregory T. Mitchell. Trying to see if I see something new. Terry Wells. Oh, there's Byron Stanley. I don't know if we saw him come up before 4,000. Okay, so it's a lot of the same people. There's Casey. Okay, I was going to say, because she ran too, Casey Nesbitt. I'm surprised we didn't see her name on there donating more. Village Voice Party. Isn't that in Lansing, Paul? Will Davis, Mary, Kenna Belcher did donate. Bernadette Lawrence, she's on the 205 school board. Kasparek again. Okay. Well, I hope that was interesting. Was there anybody else that we did we look at Chris Gonzalez's? You know what? Let me put him in. I'm curious. As long as I'm still up. Oh my God, it's 11:12. Christopher. I'll just say Chris Gonzalez. It says it's got $10 in there. Oh. No donations found. Okay, so maybe he didn't use that? Okay, in the past, he's run for alderperson, assessor, and trustee. Donor. Oh, yeah, he's Christopher D. Gonzalez, right? Let me put that in there so we don't have this Christine Christopher. But why isn't the money coming up or contributions? That's weird. It says it on the other page. Oh, sorry. No, that was his committee giving to something else. Because that's like when he gave 8,000 in 2025. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so you can see where he had paid in the past to, Friends of Zuccarelli, Z Team, 6,000 in 2008. That must have been the price to get a position then, huh? Thornton Township Regular Democratic Organization. That was the name of it under Frank, I think. 2021, he gave $37.50. Oh, 2 times 2021 to Frank Zuccarelli, and then 8,000 to Dots. Very interesting, you guys. Should we look at Casey Nesbitt? Casey Nesbitt. Shouldn't have a ton listed here. Okay. Yeah, not a lot. Anthony McCaskill donated to her earlier this year. So Jason, okay, so that shows that they're connected, which is not good. Did I forget anybody interesting? Okay, let me see. Paul says, did each township trustee donate $8K? You know, it almost looks that way, right? Who did we forget? We saw Valerie. For sure Valerie and Mary did. Chris did. I think Byron did too. Almost all of them. But I didn't see Casey. Casey didn't. So that's why I'm like, I wonder what kind of deal. Like, why didn't she have to pay $8K? But yeah, maybe we should come on, Paul. And who else said that they would come? Let's go. Tim DeYoung on Facebook said he would come. Like, let's go to the next meeting and be like, oh, so now we figured out. So you guys all paid $8K for your job. So what are you getting for it? You paid $8K for it. So what do you get out of it? You know, that's why they don't like me or Paul or people that ask questions. You can't ask questions. All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining. Any other questions, comments, remarks? I don't know. I'll have to think about if I want to file a police report tomorrow about that. But yeah, they're up to shenanigans again. So you know what that means. We got to nip that in the bud now. I said, what were they getting? Oh, okay. Yeah. You looked up the D2s before all in the queue? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm not surprised. I just hadn't looked at them in a while, so I couldn't remember. I can't keep all this stuff straight in my head, you know, but it is fun. That's a fun website too. So if you guys want to go on that website and play around, so I wanted to go over that. That is Reform for Illinois' Sunshine Database, or if you just Google like Sunshine Illinois or Illinois Sunshine, it'll come up. I already knew what was going on. It's the same formula, right? Like the pay to play, right? Because then the companies do it too. They pay, and then they get the contracts from the boards. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna go eat. Did I eat dinner before? I can't remember if I ate dinner. Well, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat again. But thanks for joining me. Thank God I did not get beat up by two elderly people tonight. They were trying to certify. Mary has that security company. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that's right. I remember somebody did tell me about that. Yeah, and all in the queue. You've done a lot of stuff on Dalton, so you probably know a lot more about the Dalton stuff. I haven't done as much on Dalton. More my stuff's mostly on Harvey, but that's good. You know, get that out there. Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will talk soon. Anything coming up tomorrow? Or let me see. Oh shoot, I gotta get up because tomorrow. Harvey Housing Court is tomorrow. You know, the mayor, the mayor's always trying to. Thanksgiving's Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving. The mayor is always trying to give me tickets. So I have to go to Harvey Housing Court tomorrow. Thank you, all in the queue. You said No, right, no, right. There's no mean. Thanksgiving Thursday, take a break. Yes, I need a break, right? Oh, I've been painting at my house and doing stuff too. So it's like I don't really get a break, but you know, that's fine. We do different kinds of work. But you would think the city shut down, right? But you know, I haven't gotten any news that they're canceling housing court tomorrow. Clark's always trying to give me tickets that are bogus, so I have to go fight those tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. I was gonna say I get to see his face, but he's not usually there. Usually Korean and Ramona are there. On the Q, you should research them. Korean Davis, Ramona Simpson. They're the top 2 deputies for the mayor, because I know you love to do your research. You're good at that. They're involved in a lot of shady stuff too with Clark. And they rarely get any flack from it. They should get more flack. So yeah, hopefully they won't try anything crazy tomorrow. Shoot you a message. Okay. You'll look into it. Oh, yay. I know. I love it. We all have to stick together and work on this together. It's too much for one or even 2 people to do. There's just so much crap to sort through and organize and expose. It's so there's so much of it. So it's nice when there are other people who are excited about this kind of stuff. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, have a great night. Bonne nuit, bonne soirée. I'm surprised French wasn't on tonight. Usually he's on. So on the queue, Paul, thanks for stopping in. And yeah, let's make a plan for the next meeting and the next township meeting, and hopefully there'll be enough people there. If I can go, I definitely will go. We'll make sure to be safe and watch out for those aggressive elderly agents of the board. You never know what they're gonna do. So good night for now.